Alright, day 4. I've got the design finalized. I know exactly how big the center section is going to be. It's basically a box that's on those drawer slides that rides in and out, and inside the box are going to be 4 drawers. They're going to be 3 narrow ones plus a larger one in the bottom to put stuff in. And of course on top will be the planer. Before I make the center section box here, I need to get the drawer slides installed to get an accurate measurement for the box itself. When I shortened the drawer slide, I cut off the stop that was on this outside one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another stop just using a screw and put it in here. So it sticks out a little bit like that, and that will stop that center one. I've got them all put in now, but I've got to take them out again to lubricate them because they're quite dry and rough. I'm using 2 sticks as a gauge to go between. Here, this is what it is here. I'll check it down here. Good. Check it at the front. Still good. And I'll check it over here. Now they're all the same, and this is the measurement how wide I need that box to be. It's 30 and, well, it's almost 31. You could say that it's 30 and 30 seconds, but I'm going to make the drawer 30 and 15/16. It's better to have it a little bit slack, a little bit small, than a little bit too big, because then it gets really stiff. What I did with the sticks here, measuring in those 8 locations like that, is, well, 4 locations, math, again, 4 locations is that I would have went with the smallest one. But they're all the same because I made this pretty good. I'll tell you about another project that I kind of started, as in, I started drawing up a plan for it and actually, started to make some of the parts for it. Was a radial arm saw made from wood that uses the old motor assembly from my, the table saw that I first had. And that's something that I've been, thinking about as well. Although, this here, it's hard to replace as far as utility goes. A radial arm saw could be made to cut wider, obviously, but the accuracy that this has is hard to match, actually. And a lot of people comment on, sliding miter saws in particular. You get what you pay for in almost everything in this life. If you buy something cheap that's, poorly made, it's going to perform poorly as well. What I'm going to do right now is, this thing is 24 inches wide. I want to make a cut, just a rough cut. It's, I want to cut it on the table saw, but I don't have the space here for it. So I'll make the rough cut at 19 inches, then I'll do the finished cut at 18 and a half. Maybe put the camera down here, laying on its back, pointing upwards, and then take the glue and run it down that seam. In the beginning of the movie, I like to show as much as I can. Movie. What are you, Scorsese? Oh man. I got out the tape and I did an overall measurement, and lo and behold, I've discovered that it's about a 1/16 of an inch too wide. It's supposed to be what was it that I measured? 30 and 31 30-seconds. It's actually closer to 31 and a 16th. So that's another problem with doing things, you know, trying to videotape it and do it. I'm not making excuses. I really should have double checked. You know what they say, measure, you know, twice and cut once, but as it is, I think that it would work, but I think what I'm going to do to solve the problem is just trim the top and bottom on these things as they are right now, back in about 30/2 of an inch on each side. The nails that I drove in are sunk in about 1/16 of an inch, so I won't have to worry about those. Well, a little bit of butchery, but that's all you can do. You know, there's a couple of different ways to fix this problem, and you know, the intended use for the project, you know, is a big factor in which way you choose to fix the problem. Since this is a shop project, I'm not going to take the time to smash it apart, recut those things, do it like this, and then save myself some time and a little bit of aggravation. Now to install this, I'm just going to take a couple of pieces of 1/2-inch plywood, put them in the bottom, slip the box in, pull the slides out, and screw them right onto the side of the box. Head's cut off, no head. Box is fully installed now, and it works great. Slides in and out smoothly. That'll be it for this one. I got one more thing that I want to do before. Am I on automatic focus? That'll be it for this one. I've got one more thing to do before I call it an evening, and that's to glue in this piece right here. Goes in there, and it helps to support this edge. The back edge, of course, has the full solid piece to hold it there. That's it for this one. Got the box put in, drawer slides installed. The thing works great. The brace glued on. I'll put some screws in that tomorrow after the glue sets out. And one of the comments from the video today, someone asked me if I'm going to be screwing the unit to the wall. No, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have little short legs underneath the front of the box so that when it pulls out, it'll, if it starts to tip, which it may do because the planer's heavy, plus the full weight of the drawers, it'll land on those feet. The feet will be maybe 1/8 of an inch off the floor, and that'll stop it from tipping over. That's the best that I can come up with right now. I might come up with something a little bit more complex, you know, an automatic type thing. I don't know if you've ever seen dishwashers. When you take the door down, there's a thing like a leg sticks out to try to counterbalance it. I might come up with something like that sometime in the future, but right now I got to concentrate on getting this finished. Tomorrow what I'm going to start to do is build these drawers that are down here. There's one bigger one at the bottom and 3 like shallower ones above.